this from auction. I bought this from auction. It has cost me quite a lot, and I know it doesn't work. While it was in the auction room, I plugged it in, put it on spin. It drains for a while, then will click, then will drain for a while, then click, then drain for a while, and then click, and then drain for a while. And yeah, it's a brush motor. Can't really tell, but if it's doing that, it's possibly the brushes have probably got worn out. So I overpaid for something I knew was broken, but I overpaid because the drum's still fine. Yeah, this is not the first one. It's turned up in literally the auction around the corner from me. It has had a Hisense, exactly the same model before, but I didn't buy that originally, which went for £25 instead of £55, because that had knackered bearings and spider, and I can't do anything with that. At least with the brushes, I stand a chance at least trying to fix them. Hopefully the brushes. There is no getting away from this. This is a full-on Whirlpool door. Yeah, this is actually a Whirlpool body, near enough, sort of, mostly. So the front original is from an IntelliSense, or Rated IntelliSense, or Whirlpool 6 Sense. But they put this in, this line in, which isn't there, and this is actually on a slant over the Whirlpool. At the bottom, same design, but it's again designed to go with this body. And then the lid's different in design, sort of. It's same curvature, but the actual covering's different, and the back's completely different. Anyway, it's going to open the back because rattling around whilst I was trying to get it in, there's what appears to be some bits rattling around. So, oh, and I'm going to show you that after. Alright, so we got the back off. To be fair, what's rattling around in the bottom is yeah. Somebody's driveway. Right, so there's no carbon dust on it, which is a bit worrying. Right, let's have a look at this. Electrolux Compact Care. You cannot get it in this country. Look how tiny the door seal is. Look at them tiny drum paddles. So, very interestingly, this was bought in Finland, then they moved to Amsterdam, then they've moved to the UK, and now put this up for sale, and I bought it. For the obvious reason, look how small it is. Actually, for two reasons. One, it's Electrolux, and two, it's an Ardo. Yeah, it's an Ardo. Now I want to find out whether this runs on Electrolux programming with a, I believe, Nidec motor, and obviously a Ardo build, or if it's completely Ardo underneath. Right. It's some very cool. Look at that. Look at that. Now that's unfortunately the wrong prong. That's a 40mm prong there, and I'm on a 30. Oh no, hang on. Will it go in? Oh, come on. I've never seen that before, but that is... That'll do. And... Ta-da! Oh, this is so Electrolux. So, because it was on cottons already before I plugged it in, it was still technically off. So this one's still on and off kind of thing. I'm going to see. Well, hang on, let me just also do this. Before the inevitable happens. When you run out. This is so cool. Right, so. Yeah. So it's a 1000 spin. So this spin for about 10 minutes roughly. Got time manager of course. Look at that. Cotton's Eco seems to be the same time. I mean, yes, possibly. Quick refresh. Look how long curtains is. But interestingly, it's got, where is it? Duvet. Duvet. Genuinely duvet. So silk is half an hour. That is correct for a Electrolux. Wool hand wash 55 minutes. Yeah, it's about correct. Delicates 1 hour 45. Yes. But that's on full. 1 hour 45. 1 hour 5 is generally correct. 35 minutes and 28 minutes. Wow. That's interesting. Yes. So it will do delicates in like... Wow. I like this. Right, so hopefully it will respond in the same way. So normally to put it into thingy mode, it's basically start and the nearest button next to start, which is that. Turns out it's not. Give me a second. So it's start and extra rinse. This is Electrolux programming, isn't it? Which if it is, it's cool. That's cool. I'd still have to get a hold of an Ardo though at some point. So I believe that's stain, isn't it? That's heat, that's odd. It took a while to get to there. So I think it's 22 degrees. Oh yeah, it is warm today. That's all doing is heat from 22. I'm going to heat it to 30, make it to 30, and then do the spin drain thing. Simple as. And then we'll be ready to run. Yeah, it's full on Electrolux programming belts things. And an Ardo build. I I'll double check the motor in a minute when it goes on spin, but I'm pretty sure it's a Nidec motor. Same ones that Ardo actually use, rather than what Electrolux use. So this isn't A33, it's A36, or what they sort of like class as 36, because it's 37.5 overall, but I think that includes the door. Definitely needs a clean out. Your bits, look at it. Right. No, codes. Oh no, that's drying in it. EF5. So I'm now going to stick this on 90. Neatly the time also goes along with the temperature, so like, you know, look how quick, say, cold is. That's interesting, no? The two middle lengths are exactly the same for cold. I like that. Right, so we've got it to boil near enough. So what we're going to do is a couple of spin washers and then drain it out and then put it on to just normal rinse and spin as normal. It's already above 40. It won't actually register above 40, believe it or not. So, right. Well, that's the full test done. Maybe a bit too much. So there must be no steam hole in there. Horrendous. Surely not then. There's no steam hole. There really is no steam hole. It's still heating actually. Oh, according to it. Why can I have it? Apparently that's fine. So what I'm going to do is put it onto normal rinse afterwards. I think it does delicate rinse, I believe. soak the water up. It's horrendous. Ugh. Yeah. Let's double check, make sure the brushes are definitely not working on this. Right. Got all them options like Eco. Eco's actually apparently offload, so that's what it doesn't do. Ah. 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 There's a proper difference in load size on the wool and the silk. It's quite cool, that. It's proper reminiscent of the hair. Anyway, so it'll start. It'll drain. Then it'll drain. Now, I'm presuming that the brush, there's a motor problem. It might just be that it might take a few on-off pumps before we start turning the drum. So it got to 11 minutes and I thought, oh yeah, no motor action. Oh. So I stopped it after the first, after 3 pumps, it had gone down to 11 minutes. I thought, oh no, my motor reaction. Turns out, we're working. Okay. So if we're working, okay. Next thing we've got to do, we've got to replace this hose. You see, it's crushed there. Actually, the end's also cut off as well. So same thing with the door, because it is just a whirlpool door, and there is covers on the back, which means the door will come apart. Take this off. We're definitely working. Right, I'm gonna find a hose now. But yeah, I'm just taking the stones out that are in the bottom. I find it funny how like all the different mix of parts, because obviously it's mostly a whirlpool underneath. But there's a spare hose for it to replace obviously this one with the crushed hole in it. And that says candy on it. That's a Candy Grando, which was obviously made around about the same time as this. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Oh well, it'll fit though, that's the main thing. So, because the that is exactly the same as what's on there. Hey! Right, what I will do though is change the clamp over. I mean, I don't think it'll make any difference, to be honest, because obviously it's the same size. Actually, to be honest, I'll just use the black one that's on it. But it's forever draining. Just put it on drum clean. It's taking like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. It's only forever. That also spins at like 850 RPM. Forever. Well, that's quite good. Yeah, sure enough, it's got a fill error. Oh. Have I? If I just push this back, I'll put a bloody... No. Man! Ooh, look, it actually fills up like an old service. Some things have changed. Got man bits in it. It's horrendous. It's taking some rinsing out then. I mean, we're getting there, but yeah, that's horrendous. I think that's because, despite being brought back over here, it's probably only been used a few times and he's just decided just to stop using it. And then obviously bought like a machine over here. you can't see anything, can you? To be fair, the door seal's getting pretty clear now, to a degree. So, I'm just going to wrap the cloth around it again, and then I'll put it on another rinse and spin, and then put it on another boil wash. Again, we are getting there. Right, put some towels in, collection looks, again with a bit more detergent. See what they come out with, like, at the end. Go put some towels in the high sense after we've leveled it up. See what they come out as. Ah. Obviously this didn't run off. They stink. In fact, they are that bad. Look at that! That's how much crud is inside. Ew. But still, could be worse. And now we've got the compact care. Now, it hasn't moved. It hasn't ran off. Well, this door seal's looking pretty clean now. Nah, no, they're better, but they're not great. Actually, to be fair, it smells quite clean. But like of nothing, if that makes sense. Right. All done. Yeah, let's have a look at this then. It's a CDA made by Fager washer dryer. Before we even turned it on, I've not even done anything yet. So far, let's just empty the filter, and it's full of dryer fluff. It does actually appear that the filter does gather fluff from the dryer. So, let's empty that first. Right. Then we'll check the drum, which I already know. So, actually I thought this was full of mould. It's not. It's full of fluff and coins. So to be fair, it doesn't need bleaching. Right, so there's a bit of wire there, I presume. So the guy selling it said they were doing up the flat, the apartment, so they have been using it by lots of things, maybe once or twice. They said it works. Oh, that is bad. Just top there, where it attaches. It's not actually attached properly to the dry duct. And I spun the drum, and we're working, although it does sound like the brushes are probably on the wet or fairly worn out. Oh, our door needs adjusting. I think it just needs tightening up, to be honest. Or has it got play in it? I'm not sure. Right, we'll see if it works though. Oh, helps if it's turned on. Water on. We're on. From 6. 2 hours, quick, 17 minutes, half an hour. That's interesting. You can pick exactly 1 minute steps for the dryer. That's interesting. How high does it go? 3 hours. Looks like it starts from 20 minutes. Right. Right, I'll put some detergent in and then we'll get it going. So it's believed that, so they bought the flat to do up, but it's believed that the last owner had the flat as a holiday let, because this was in central Manchester, so right in the heart of Manchester, which was a nightmare trying to get to, but I got it. Although, in my opinion, Manchester, not as bad to drive around as London. In fact, Manchester's not as bad as Leeds. Leeds is worse. And that's saying something. Right, now let that do that. Sort that out. Yeah. I've got a proper Indecent Evolution. Not that fake one, a real one. Alright, so Red Bill! Got washing in it. Right. What's that one? That's time delay. And then we've got soil level. And then not sure what that one is. I think that's, is that rinsing? I think. Can't remember. And then that's stain, and that's easy iron. Yeah, the display is ever so slightly damaged, but it's nothing we can really do, to be honest, about that. Right, let's take a look inside. So we've got the original hoses. If anyone wants them, you can. Drum's actually perfect on this. Door seal needs to come off. Needs to be bleached, but hey ho. Right. So what I'm going to do is, so what we're going to do is we're going to run a quick boil wash. The only other problem, apart from the broken on off, he says the guy selling it, he says it'll come up with F12, which he believes is a comms communication error, and then that got me thinking, because basically my Rusty Evolution doesn't work on Fast Cotton's 60. That would be a comms communication, technically, but it might not be that. Let's see. I'm not judging him because he's German. Lovely guy though. Can't believe he actually like held this on for me, because this is for free. I just had to travel all the way to Scotland to go get it. So that and that has used a whole tank of fuel in my van, and what have we done? 900 miles to get all them. Worth it. The CDA's definitely washing. Oh, the cool thing about the CDA, it's spin washers. Right. So if I turned, let's say, that's the wash intensity down, would that change the time? Yeah, it does, by 12 minutes. Although apparently I've now stuck on... What have I stuck on? And that's lowest. Right, that does lower the time. It's 1 hour 41 now. So it seems to take off 12 minutes for each section. There's a rinse intensity. It looks like it is. So it looks like, I think one will delete a rinse, one will add on a rinse. Yeah. Well, apparently. And then that. Okay. Just out of pure interest, I'm going to do that, so it's just a really quick boil wash in 90 minutes. Oh yeah, so it looks like we've got extra rinse and delete rinse. Right, put some powder in, we'll see how it goes on. So the Evolution, of course, it's a W12. It's only 1200 spin. There was 14 and 1600 spin variants. I mean, technically, so to be honest, if we do have a board error, board whatever, I would just revamp this as I would get a new board and then just reprogram it in as a 1600 spin, of course. Oh, also, we didn't get it over here, but abroad there was also a 1000 version. But I do know there's a W10 over abroad. By the way, the kit plates aren't missing, they are here, there's one. The CDA actually kind of knocked off whilst I was putting it in the van, so I can go back on. So anything that happened now, does it clicks this way, it goes the other way. It might flicker. No, it flickered. There was quite a larger click than normal and it flickered. It needs a good cleaning. They all do, to be honest. Oh, what the opposite does! It power streams! Yeah, it's heating now. Got all the fluff. Oh, also time's dropped on that, I just noticed that. Because the way these CDA Fagers work, or just Fager in general, is that it will heat, once it's at temp, the time will drop. Which makes sense. So, effectively, the smaller the load, the less time it takes. Because of course there's less water to heat. It will also obviously add on time if it's taking longer to heat for whatever reason. Nice and warm and nice and hot. Pretty fine now. Very fun final spin. The CDA's got some drying to do yet. We are drying, and we are drying fine as well. That fan is really quiet. Right. Once it's finished, no issues to report. So, what I'm going to do is do something like maybe cotton standard 60. That's 5. Non-fast 40. 6. White nylon 60. And opposite 50. And then opposite 40. And then you got daily 30. And we've got wool, apparently can stain with it, which is a little bit odd. And we can have silk, and we can have easy iron, but that's obviously just rinse hold on that. Right, so we'll do 60. Let's have a look at 40. See how long taking that off will do. Now a 10. Actually, I think the Ariston was quicker. So I'm going to take this door seal off and bleach it after. So that'll be another job. Right. There, so I think we've got a slight comms error. Let me just have a look at this. So, door's shut. It reset itself then for some reason. Ready? It's flash down, can you see? And it's done it this time. Right, CDA. What I'm going to do with the CDA is film it. I think, to be honest, from yeah, I think we'll just do like what we normally do with all of these. So we're actually going to start off the cotton 60 pre-wash rather than the 90, with obviously drying. Instant spin. We've just gone to 1,000. And it's just, oh no, it's gone back off again now. Back 12. Notice how this flickers. It'll be this that's causing the issue. Literally, you see? How it occasionally goes off. So I'm going to have a look at some of the wiring. Maybe it needs spraying to stop it from happening. But to be honest, the machine's still running. Probably going to go and final rinse in a minute. Yeah, take a look at these then. Actually, not too bad, weirdly. Maybe I should check that fuse. Although, to be fair, if it was fitted with a 5 amp fuse, I mean, I'll double check. But that would have already blown by now, surely. Or is it just what was on the plug when they fitted it? I don't know. Oh, no, because it says 13 amp on the back. Oh well, I mean, this is coming out anyway, so I can then clean it up, take the door seal off, bleach the door seal and all that jazz, and you'll see this in a few weeks' time. Of course. Nope, panel inverted, just see about there, 13 amp, it's fine. Also, if you look very closely, this has been done properly and it's got actually crimped ends on. That is pretty cool. Right, just taking the spout off. I'll just show you. There's the high sense. I've taken the door shield off. You can now see it's pretty much a whirlpool door. A full-on whirlpool door. Just taking the door seal off the inset. I've just taken the spout off. Yeah. Right, off the yeah, I'm gonna give that a clean. Yeah. You. The white night spit dryer. Look at this! So much crud. Although interestingly, I've just found the screws actually just screw straight into the tub. So, yeah, they were always going to create some rust. Always. They're just creating rust spots. Fine. How am I supposed to see inside? Oh, I can see. Yep. It never got sold. It never went anywhere else. It just stayed with me. I actually did put it up for sale at one point. And then it didn't sell, and then the views sort of built on YouTube, and then I thought, nah, I'm going to keep this. And 7 years on, I thought, yeah, we'll put it in for a wash race right now. This 10-year-old Samsung going in for a wash race. And a backhoe, which is going to go with there. still here. Right, let's have a look at that. Have I not plugged that in? No, no. Anyway, that's the new see we can test. Right, that's also apparently working. Right, we've got these two JLL6s. They basically kind of need finishing off, if that makes sense. So, they were working, they were just taken out, they were just decommissioned from wherever they were. The biggest trouble though with these is the buttons. So, and another thing is it's had liquid injection. Apparently into the P-wash for some reason. Interesting. Even more interesting, they've still used what looks to be powder as well in there. See, it won't go in now because I pulled it out too far. So that's going to get removed. The old liquid injection is going to get removed from it. Same with this one because there you are. See what I mean? They've modified it to go into what, the fabric softener? Yeah, that's disgusting. So it needs to be removed. And they're both the same. So, right, this, the front's not on. Apparently it needs just hooking over, but actually it can't hook over because the things it sits on, two of them are broke, so it can't go on properly. But again, the button set on this needs fixing. There's absolutely no response at all from the 40 wash, 60 wash or any of that. Look, same with the Eco. The buttons are there, it's just not getting pushed on. Well, if you remove that button, the button's still there. Same with like this, the door open. So the actual plastic button set, possibly the fascia itself, just needs replacing basically. It's the same with this one, but this isn't as bad. Yeah. Like realistically, there's only that button actually that doesn't work. There's no response on that one. Advance, rinse and spin. Door open works, start works, Eco works, just about. 95 just about works. There's no response on 60. 40's crunchy. That kind of works. Rinse and spin works. So yeah, buttons he's sorting out. This will probably be a lot easier to fix than, of course, that one. Oh, also, the filter. What have I done with it? I've taken the filter. Oh no, put it back in. That filter came out absolutely fine. And again, this one. So it would have to become undone anyway. Right. Stupid design. Can't pull it free. It's stuck. So clearly there's stuff in it. Another problem I need to do is convert them, because currently they're running on 400 volt 3-phase. Yeah, so there we go. As of, you can tell it's 3-phase, so you've got basically two lives, one neutral, and the earth going in. That needs to come undone basically, and we can just convert it down to 230 volt. Although it looks like we've got the, but these are drain ones. Right, also more interestingly, I'll show it another time, that should also fully work as well. I've got an Electrolux My Pro, finally. It came from the same person that was selling these. Apparently that fully works, it was 50 quid. I think these were 75 each. That sounds a bit wrong, but these are like £5,000, whereas obviously like the Electrolux is like 1,800 quid. So, but that's apparently fully working. But runs on a plug, runs on a 13 amp plug, just like a normal AEG Electrolux. But it has a dump valve instead. So the only problem I will find is trying to drain the machine. Now I have got obviously a plinth there, which you can sit on. The Micro could sit on that, say, and even if I was doing a wash base, I could stick another one on top of that one. Right, but it's a case of trying to set them up to be able to drain. So if you look there, right, that's where it connects to in the main drain. So what I'm going to do is get the Electrolux, bring it here as normal, and then I'm going to have to test it by the back door, because of course those who know that the back door here has a drain anyway, just to quickly test it. But then what I'm going to do is put some plumbing in, to have a lower version into the toilets. I'll just show you something else as well. Welcome to outside. Right. So we've got a collector. This has come from the collector because he's got two. We've got a perfect Bendix one that I need to supply a double valve for him. But this service one, it's a service, isn't it? Version, this one. What's that? 71958. Or is this? Hmm. 71968. So what would this been branded as? Just trying to like figure it out, because it wasn't obviously it wasn't a Bendix. Was it? Was it still branded as Bendix? This is still an earlier model, you can tell by the drum. Door seal's not too crusty, luckily. Seems to be fine. The drum's smooth, the motor's smooth as well. The seal on that appears to be a bit crusty. Strangely though, I'm wondering whether to take this off for mine. Because this is such a crusty machine, I might just get it to run. Just for the sake of getting it to run, and then it would do somebody fine, to be honest. In a weird way. It's really weird, because like, the one I'm using for scrap for parts, all the parts that have come off it so far make sense. Interesting. Right, so this does have a problem though. Apparently the metronome doesn't work, which means it's probably going to spin regardless whether it's balanced or not. And if it does that, it'll just go, it'll just fly off. So yeah. Also, of course, the drawer cover is broken and snapped off, and so this little bit of wood has been screwed on. It's very odd how rusty the body is. I think that's the problem. It looks rubbish. And now it's just got me thinking on whether to completely strip down the other Eudora thing, the Bendix, which is becoming a bit of a parts machine basically. Strip it and then use the body from that instead, and put this lot in it, inside it, all of it. I would take all that off. All these coming off, it's too far gone. Once on one of these where a sticker can remove the machine if it's perfect, and if it's not, it has to come off, because it just looks rubbish. I need to wire a plug on it. So what I might do is wire a plug on it, see if it works, because it's been a while since it's last been used, and then see what needs replacing on it. Yeah, I might pinch that for my service, since mine's missing that bit. And then behind here, from the same collector, because this now has kind of no bearing on anything, it's weird. This is a South African Hoover. $61.30. As I said, so this is a ventless one as well. So what it does, the idea is it's actually a normal vent. Right, and over here in the UK, what you'd do is attach an attachment like that. But over there, what you do is just vent it upwards, literally. But yeah, it's just gone brittle. So I'll just take that off, to be honest. And you may have just seen that as well. I've got this. Yeah, just picked it up today from auction. In fact, I'll show you. I'll get it out later on. Cold. But anyway, there it is. 59.22. Although it looks like it's got an earlier door on it for some reason. Let's just check something. So basically the 59.22 is an update of the 39.22, giving you the more programs, updated program data. There is Cotton Standard hidden away in here, so Cotton's, if you select it, you'll give you a choice of 60 or 60 Standard. So this would have been a 2014 model, and I was getting confused actually. So then there's a 59.62, which is basically in line with the Supertronic 5000. So I believe the Supertronic 5000 came out a lot. So I think about 2015-ish, whereas this would have been a year before. So the Navitronic would have ran up until then. So you would have had the Navitronic 3985 and then this, which would have been the top of the range replacement for the 5922. Although this is a WPS, because the 3922 doesn't always come with the WPS hose. And neither is this. This is standard. This has a waterproofing system, so that's different. So you've got waterproofing system and WPS. hose. So normally on the older millers, if you had a WPS hose, you had a WPS system. If you didn't have a WPS hose, you had no flood sensor in the bottom whatsoever. This one has a flood sensor, so that's what that means. Right, it's quite good actually. So all you kind of, it's quite odd actually. You've put the kind of wrong options here. You got Auto Plus, which is fine, but extra quiet. What's the most likely option you're going to use? Short, and they've put it under further extras instead. That's annoying. Again, one of the update from 39.22 is stains. You wouldn't have had stains on the old one. Be interesting to see if it works. Should be. It's come from auction. The door seal's looking pretty clear. Oh, and this has a 7 kilogram load. For some reason that cake plate doesn't look right. Did I have a replacement one?